Damn, it's been 3 years already? So, I was actually going to wait till my YouTube channel gets a lot more followers for a voice review, but, that ain't happening. So, I decided to just go ahead and do a voice review for something special. So, for the reason for this voice review was that today is the 3rd anniversary of Friday Night Funkin', a rhythm game I love very much, to the music, to the mods, to the character designs. I just love everything about this game. To celebrate, I will be talking about it. You know, how I got into it and how do I feel about the fandom. So, let's start how I got into Friday Night Funkin'. So, it was around 2020 in November. Of course, COVID happened and I was mostly doing online schoolwork and I was mostly failing my grades and just not doing my work. I was on YouTube looking through the video to see what to watch until I saw a video that says how to put your character in Friday Night Funkin'. Of course, my curious ass was like, that seems interesting, so I click on it, knowing damn well that I don't have a character to put into the game. The video started, it was like one of those first ever how to put your character in the games videos, before BB Pantsu make hits, so it was pretty much like the original video. I watched it and I was like, this seems like a very interesting game, let me go play it. At first, I couldn't play Friday Night Funkin' because it was a school laptop and it was like, oh, no permission allowed, and I was like, fuck. Until I was like, wait, let me go on the website of Newgrounds, and I did, and there it was. So I clicked on it, pick week 1, and play it, and let me tell you, I was absolute shit to the game. I mean, to be a rhythm game, I sure was terrible at it. Because, I thought you had to press, the letters for the arrows, but turns out you just press the arrow keys, but yet I was still shit at it. But it pretty much was, my first time playing the game, so of course it wasn't, the right perfect score. So I got irritated with the game, closed out of it, go back into it, play week 2. And when I saw Skit and Pump, I was like, those two characters look awfully familiar. Like, I saw those two characters somewhere. And I actually passed week 2. And after that, I went on to week 3 and saw Pico. And I was like, that's funny. This character also looked familiar too. Like, I saw this character somewhere. And if I remember correctly, I actually kind of, remember, seeing Pico back in 2018. But I never got into Pico school. So I just shook it off until now, playing Friday Night Funkin'. I was like, oh shit, that's like Pico from Pico school. And I played week 3. So, after playing the game for a little bit, I wasn't, really too hyper-focused on Friday Night Funkin'. I was like, well, that's a very interesting rhythm game. I might play it later on, and never went back to it. Until December, when week 4 dropped out. And let me just tell you, Satan Panties went fucking hard, okay? Out of all the songs of Friday Night Funkin', that will be, my favorite song for real. And, Mommy Marriage was kind of, I'm just joking, my bad. So, after playing week 4, I was like, this might be my favorite new game. And I didn't actually realize, people was making mods of it. Well, I remember seeing a few mods before, but I never could play it. Until my first mod, which was the Carol mod made by BB Pantsu. And when I first saw Carol design, I just fall in love. It was so good to see a black character in a very popular game, because whenever I was making their, OCs or fan characters, it was mostly a bunch of, white OCs or white characters. So it was really surprising to see Carol, a black character in a popular fandom, which, I kind of kin her a little bit. She's just like me for real. I just, love Carol so much. And after playing Carol, I kind of stopped playing Friday Night Funkin' for a while until the week 5 update, which, interesting fun fact, was originally supposed to come out for Christmas, because in the week you play against girlfriend parents in the mall while it was Christmas, but they didn't have time to release the week, so they released it in January, and I played that. And I actually have fun with it. And, a couple months passed by, week 6 came out in February, which, that's where, the whole entire, peak, bunch of mods was coming out, the Witty mod, the Hex mod, the Tricky mod, and this is where, the fandom was kind of, getting more popular due to the mod characters, because while, the dev team was working on the game, the base game. The fandom was making, their own characters and their own mod, and it was getting really pretty interesting. Like, it was just, really great to see a community coming together and just making stuff for fun and letting people play them. And, I always want to make my own mod, for my characters, but I didn't have the right stuff to do it, so it could never happen. Until week 7 came out, which was the Take-Men week, and oh my fucking god. That week was so popular. The Newgrounds website crash, and nobody couldn't play week 7 until a couple of days later. And when I played, I lost my shit. Seeing the cutscene, seeing Girlfriend with their demon powers, Pico fucking jumping in there with his Uzi gun. Like, oh my god, that went hard. Like, it was just such a great experience. I wish I can just go back and play it again. And after week 7 was over, I saw the trailer for the Kickstarter. Now, I couldn't really actually, donate to the Kickstarter. I wanted to, but again, I couldn't. So I was mostly mad at myself for a couple months. But it was actually kind of great to see they have so many goals in it. Like, I remember seeing they wanted fully cutscenes. I know you can have the ability to custom your own character in the game. So it was really a good choice to have. And I know you get rewards. I know you get the official posters and the pins, and I know there's the album, which that's already out. So it's really great to see the dev team actually reach their goal in the Kickstarter to start in the game. But they didn't stop right there. After week 7 got out and everybody was happy, more mods start coming out, and more mods that was based on the on the base game, D-Size, the Neon mod, B3 Remix. I know there was more mod characters too that came out around that year, definitely a lot more, but I was mostly focused on the one that's based on the base game and stuff. And the community was pretty going great. Week 7 was a success. People was making their mods, everybody was having a good time until the bad parts start happening. And as much as I don't want to talk about this part, I just have to. So we all know not every fandom out there has good people. Some fandoms have bad people and some of them just have very shitty people, which this is where this comes from. Now, with people waiting on for the update to come out, a lot of, not so good people was being exposed from kind of being weirdos to shitty people to creeps in general. And I remember when the ever first, mod drama that happened in December. Now, I can't remember what was the name of the mod, but I know it was made by a person named Amar, I think that's how I pronounce his name. And basically, the dude got caught being a creep towards children, which caused his mod to be canceled. And at the time, Amar was a very popular person in the community. Besides his mod, he was mostly famous for his art and his playthrough of other mods. And what he did seriously affect the community. Everybody was in scrambles, everybody was splitting up. The fandom kind of had to realize that, we shouldn't forgive him and that she kicked him out of the fan base. And surprisingly, they did. Amar was kicked out of the fan base, never returned. Nobody know what happened to him now. And that's the end of it. But that doesn't mean all the drama and shit stopped happening in the fandom. Cut to January 2022, another person in the community was also exposed to be a creep towards children, which was I think their name is Rivi. I don't remember, but apparently this person was the new director for the Sonic 30X mod, because the old one sadly passed away, so another person took over the mod, and turns out they was being creepy towards children, and the mod got canceled. And this is where the frustrating and tiring repeating cycle happens. A mod gets made, someone turns out to be a weirdo and get canceled. A mod gets made, someone on the mod turns to be a weirdo, the mod gets canceled. And it just happened over and over and over and over and fucking over. To the point that it just became a running gag in the fandom. A mod's about to get made. Turns out someone is, an asshole or just a weirdo, and the mod gets canceled. It's that same thing over and over. And, people just kind of realize that it's not worth just waiting on the mods. And since the base game was still being updated and developed, it was just getting tiring for some people. Some people left the community, some of them stay. I was kind of like that, I wanted to leave, but I love the base game so much, so I decided to stay. And, I'm be real with you guys. I should have never downloaded Twitter. Twitter is just hell, okay? I witnessed so much shit on Twitter to the point that I actually regret downloading that app. So, just word of advice, never download Twitter. Never download Twitter for your fan base. Just never do it. So, the usual happened, and I think the breaking point with me with mods is when I just realized, maybe not all mods are great. Maybe I just stick to the base game, and that's it. Which, was kind of a lie. I still check out a few mods that actually seem pretty good. Like, the D-Size mod was good. B3 Remix was good. I know the Neon mod is still being made. More mods too. So it doesn't mean I kind of lose hope in the fandom. It was kind of great that everybody was just starting to make, more mods based off the base game with, different designs of the characters, different stories, different concepts. So it was really great to see everybody just doing their own thing instead of just, using the same creepypasta format where they have a .ex character and put them in the mod, and most of them were just pretty boring and trash, and just my opinion, I think they're overhyped and overrated, but that's just me. Oh, since we got all the negative stuff out the way, now I can talk about the good stuff. I can talk about the stuff that makes me happy about being in this mod. I met a lot of people when I got into Friday Night Funkin'. I was mostly the shy type of person that never really want to talk to other artists or make my own stuff until, I met some more people who was also playing Friday Night Funkin', and I became great mutuals with them. It's really amazing that, I still talk to them and stuff, even though some of them are not into Friday Night Funkin' as they used to be. They move on to other stuff and other fandoms, which I respect. Not a lot of people will be hyper-focused on something like I do. And, it's not like I'm so, focused on Friday Night Funkin' as I used to be. I'm focused on other stuff too. But Friday Night Funkin' will just be in my heart forever as that one game I do enjoy playing. And I just met a lot of amazing people while playing it. And, if y'all ever see this, I love y'all very much. And I'm glad I talked to y'all. There's a lot more I want to say in this video, but it's getting too long. But yeah, happy 3rd anniversary to Friday Night Funkin', and I hope we might get a trailer for week 8, or just an update to see what's going on, and hopefully week 8 comes out this year. I watched this YouTuber that drops out updates on what's happening on streams and stuff, and actually Fan Marquet said that they're trying to get the week to come out on December 31st before the new year happens, and he did say he can't keep his promise. There could be a chance it might come out on the 31st of December before the new year, and I'm just gonna give him the team some time. They can take all the time they want to. Yes, it might take a while for it to come out, but as long as they pull in a bunch of effort and their hearts into the game, they got my trust. Well, bye.